Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm about to share my screen with you guys. Okay. Can you guys see this? List 4? Just nod your head at me if you can see it. Awesome. Very cool. Okay, so I'm super excited. Lift 4 is an incredible program. I think it's a great way to start. It's a great place to start. Super easy to modify, super easy to go like really hard, right? Like you can modify in either way. You can either modify on like the lesser side, or you can modify and push even harder. There's a lot of like 30-second intervals, like go 40 seconds or go 45 seconds. It just depends on kind of where everybody is at, and only you can know where you're at. But I just always, and we're going to talk a little bit more about kind of what it looks like to push yourself and everything. So let's talk about the agenda for tonight. I really want to honor all of your time. It's a school night, it's late, so we are going to try and get through this as effectively as possible. As I'm talking, if there's any thought at all that pops in your mind, just put it in the chat box. And if you're on your phone, I'm not really sure if you can chat. Just hold your questions and I'll unmute everybody at the end and you guys can just speak your questions. So we're going to talk about workouts, meal plans, accountability, and personal development. Okay, so let's start with mindset, because honestly, girls, if your heart and your mind is not in the right place, your body will not follow. I promise you that. I want you to go ahead and get in the mindset of like, okay, this is the start of a very long journey. I think so many people come into this and they're 3 weeks in and they're hoping just to, just become a totally different person. And I just need you to think back on the last 20, 30 years of your life and know that 3 weeks is not going to reverse or erase that wherever you're coming from. So just go ahead and get your place there that like, okay, I'm learning in these 8 weeks, you're learning to establish habits, you're learning to establish a lifestyle, you're learning how to eat, so that this can be carried on for a long time. So I want you to be relaxed. I want you to know that this is a journey, it is not a quick fix. I want you to be looking forward to the journey. I posted today on Clearly Confident Instagram that honestly, the journey is the best part. Like, how many times do you, like, I've experienced this on my vacation. I just went to Mexico, and the buildup of Mexico, like the working out really hard, the eating really well, the waking up early, working really hard on my business so I could relax a little bit on Mexico, like the grind to get to Mexico, honestly, was fun. It was fun. The journey is enjoyable because once you actually get to Mexico, you enjoy yourself and you have a great time and you eat what you want and you drink what you want. But then you come home and you're like, man, I miss the journey. I miss having something to push myself towards, right? So know that starting a journey is such a blessing. It's not a sacrifice, right? It's an exciting thing that you are about to experience. You're going to have a practice week, sort of. Once I kind of talk about the meal plan, I really want you guys to kind of start implementing the meal plan as best as you can, okay? With what you have, and then that will kind of be like your practice week a little bit. Your portions might not be perfect when your practice doesn't come in yet, but I'm so sorry. I got up at 4, no nap. I'm just gonna yawn. So I want you to practice that week, okay? And then knowing that there is 100% a time commitment. Watching this video is a time commitment. Reading through the material, planning out your meals, planning your grocery store trips, going to the grocery store, meal prepping. It's gonna take you longer the first couple of weeks than it ever will ever again. I watch people's Instagram stories of the meal prepping, and I'm like I follow some people that are doing Whole30. They are making all kinds of just like different recipes every single night. They're in the kitchen every single night. This girl is not in the kitchen every single night. I cannot handle that. It does not have to be difficult. It can be so simple. It can be so easy. It can be done on a budget, very, very cheap. It can be done. So just know that. Have those expectations. I think a huge part of life is just having accurate expectations. So I just want to set those. The Virtual Wellness Studio, what is it? That is our home base. People are doing all different kinds of programs in there. Some are doing 80-day obsession, some are doing TB mindset, some are doing Lift 4, some are doing CrossFit, some are doing Orange Theory. There's tons and tons of different workouts, and well, not workouts, but tons of different people doing different things. It's just a place of encouragement, right? I actually might put all of you in a separate Facebook group because you guys are my first Lift 4 group. And I just want to like really keep track on you. Like I want to watch you hard just because I want to see your progress. Whereas like 80-day obsession, like I know the progress that is happening. It's incredible, but this is my first Lift 4 group. So I might actually do that. So keep an email or look out for an email for that. It's just encouraging. It's a great place to be. If there's any questions at all, just type it in there. It's like 350 people. Don't be intimidated by that number. Everybody's incredibly nice. If there's something that you want my attention for, tag me. And the reason I don't really want an email or a personal message, obviously if it's personal, like that's totally different. But the reason I want it on a Facebook group is because if you have that question, I know somebody else has it. And you are actually serving other people by just asking a question that you have. So just know that it's not just for you, it's for other people as well. That helps me be a little bit more generous when I think of that way, because I'm the person to like message somebody or to email, not to post it in the group. But if I'm like, okay, I could be helping somebody, then I usually will post. Okay, what does accountability look like? So Virtual Wellness Studios accountability, we're all posting our post-workout selfies, we're posting our meals, our Shakeology. But I think that for Lift 4, like I said, I'm gonna do a different Facebook group, and I just want you guys to basically document your journey. Almost like I document on Instagram, I want you to document in the Facebook group, okay? I would love to know how you're feeling. I would love to know what's been difficult. I would love to know your cheat meals, because you do get some cheats, okay? Yeah, I just really want to, like I said, to keep an eye, and just know that this is your responsibility to do that. Okay, like I will be following up for sure, but like there's only like I need you to meet me halfway here. I'm gonna show up for you. I'm walking the walk. I'm talking the talk. I'm doing the same things you're doing. I need you to come and meet me halfway so that I can walk with you. I cannot walk with you if you are way over here and I'm right here. So meet me halfway, and we can do it together. First things first, guys, take a before picture. I know that this makes you want to cry. It makes me want to cry, and I'm like in decent shape. But I promise you, the scale does not tell the whole story, okay? The muscle that you're building, the fat that you're burning. I mean, there's a picture of a girl. I wish I put it in here. Wait, did I put it in my webinar? The girl who was like 176 pounds when she started 80-day obsession, and she lost like a ton of inches and a ton of dress sizes, but she'd only lost 3 pounds. But you could see in the pictures a huge difference. I know by week 8 you are going to be kicking yourself if you don't take a before picture. No one has to see it. There's actually a way that you can hide photos in your phone. If you go to your albums, you can like put it in a hidden album. I have progress pics from years ago that I have in that album. They're just for me. I'm comparing me to see how I grow. I just want to encourage you to do that throughout your whole fitness journey. Honestly, you'll be so glad that you did. Okay, let's talk about workouts, where you access them, what they're going to look like. Let me check out this chat really quickly. Oh, Robin, perfect. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to show you super quick how to do it from start to finish. Let's see. Okay. I have, Beachbody On Demand right here. I use my Apple TV in the basement, or I stream it on my phone. I really need better weights and I need heavier weights. So a lot of times I go to the gym and I stream it on my phone, my BOD app, and I have my AirPods and I just turn it on and I can kind of like hear them talking. I print out the schedule and I kind of like can go into the aerobic room and do my own little thing there. And so you're going to go to Lift 4 right here. And this is where it all is. So there's this I mean, these videos are super quick. I mean, I do all my research on programs that I do, right? So I loved well, these are just like 20-minute workouts. Like if y'all want to do your practice week with before lift 4 with your eating plan, I would super recommend that. It's just a little bit of a taste of what it's going to look like. And then these are recovery workouts. So like on your recovery days, you have a stretch and a roll and recover. So then we have our weeks right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down to 4 right now because we're only on week 4. So they're uploading them as the weeks go. But this is basically where you access everything. And I'm going to show you where you're accessing more stuff in just a minute, but we're not going to go there quite yet. We're going to come back here. Okay, so Beachbody On Demand, also, it's incredible. Like, also, actually, let's go back here for just a second. I don't know if you've ever really been on Beachbody On Demand before, but like the tool that this is it's stupid. Okay, what they have, like, this is what I like to do. I like to go to all programs, and I like to show you how you can search things. So you can search by time. Let's say you are somebody like me who needs more than 4 days a week, but you also need something less than 30 minutes. Click that. It's going to filter it. You can do by type. You can do yoga, cardio, weightlifting. If there's a specific trainer that you really like, I love Shaun T, so I always am looking up Shaun T stuff, fitness level. And there's like, these are not just workouts, these are workout programs, like entire programs. Like if you were to click this, it's workouts, right? It's not just one workout per square, it's a workout. It's an incredible tool. I cannot recommend enough for you to come in here and to just dive in and just to see what there is to offer. Some of them are old school, but you guys, don't knock it till you try it. I'm somebody who was knocking it. I said, I don't need that. I know what I'm doing. It wasn't until I did 8-day obsession that I actually saw some changes in my body that I haven't seen in a really long time. So just go in there, check it out, see what's offered. It's incredible. Okay, Beachbody On Demand. Now, let's talk through the workout calendar. So as you can see, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is usually a rest day, Saturday and Sunday is a rest day. Now, you can decide your rest days. The only thing with rest days is you kind of want to plan your cheat meal. So, like, you don't want to have a cheat meal on a Tuesday because you're not working out Wednesday. You want to have your cheat meal the day before you work out. So Friday isn't like your best day, honestly, would be like a Wednesday or Sunday or Thursday or Monday. I know that's not ideal. Some of you are like, but I want to have my Tuesday, Saturday. Just do a workout on Sunday and you'll be totally fine. So this is kind of what it looks like. Monday through Sunday, 3 days off, which is crazy. And then you're going to do, so these workouts are not all the same. See, there's lift 50-50, there's circuit, lift, circuit, and lift all the way down. So it is different, which is kind of nice. This is your weight. Oh, let me show you where all this is. So when you are on Beachbody On Demand, you are going to come right here to lift 4, and you're going to go to program materials. Now, any program that you click on, if you click on program materials, it's all right here. So you have the lift 4 calendar, the progression tracker, the nutrition guide, vegan nutrition plan, everything you need is right here that you can click on. Okay, let me go ahead and look at those questions just because. Well, here we go. Okay, so it depends, like, I have tried, I cannot. So sometimes I'll like bring a little speaker, or sometimes I bring my computer. I'm so extra. I use my hotspot on my phone in order to stream, and then I can listen to music on my AirPods and I can see what he's doing. It's quite the system, but it works. My computer's real small. I just go in a little corner, and honestly, who cares what people think? You know what I mean? If we want our cheat meal on Saturday, do we need to maybe move our Monday workout to Sunday? Totally. Yeah, that's definitely something you could do. Absolutely. You're just going to have to do it with your schedule. Okay, so you need some weights, but if you don't have weights, you're not ready to invest, it's going to come with bands that you can use as a modifier. There's also ways to use weights that are not actual weights. You can get extra laundry detergent and use that as a weight. You can get an extra case of water and hold that and do. I've done that before, for sure, before I started to invest. A little bit at a time goes a long way. So just start maybe with the bands for the first week. Maybe invest a little bit more. Weights go for about $1 a pound. For like upper body day, get some 5-pound weights, and then the leg weights are what kind of starts to get expensive, and that's where I suggest using like household things at first. Okay, modifications, we're all at different levels. Just know the person on the right is always somebody who's modifying on the screen. If you look at the screen, they're on the right. But like, I just want you to think through this for just a minute, okay? What would it look like? Like, let's say it's arm day, okay? And let's say you're supposed to do 10 bicep curls. Maybe the first day you only get 5 or 6 in, right? But maybe you just pause it and finish up your 4 reps. Or maybe the next time you try to get 8 in, like you're building up. I think that so many times I talk to people and they're like, well, I've always only been able to do this many reps, or I've always only been able to do this weight. And so that's just like the mental block that you put in your head. I just want to encourage you to push yourself, okay? There's a 40% rule that like Navy SEALs have, or I don't know, Navy SEALs say. That I read an article one time and it like has stuck with me for years and years and years. Basically, they say when you feel like you cannot go anymore, when you feel like you are just dead, you are exhausted, you are over it, your body has really only gone 40%. Your brain has stopped you from going any further, and you really are capable of 60% more in you. And that has always stuck with me. So when I'm struggling, when I'm doing something, I'm like, okay, I feel like you've only gone 40%. Tops. It's the top amount that you've gone. You can go more. I know my mother-in-law, she does programs with me. She never, ever, ever really worked out like she does now. She's an 80-day obsession. And y'all, 80-day obsession is advanced, okay? But she really had the mental capacity to be like, shoot, I'm going to do it with no weight, or I'm going to modify what the modifier is doing, but gosh darn it, I'm going to do it. So I just want you guys to have that attitude. Some of the interval stuff is exhausting and it's really hard, but just push through. When you're starting to struggle, I want you to push through another 10 seconds or 5 seconds, and then the next time, maybe another 10 seconds. Just push yourself. I think it's so easy to get alone and be like, oh gosh, like I could just stop right now. But start thinking 40% rule. Okay, if you're doing own workouts as well, like maybe you're running, or maybe you are, I don't know, whatever you want to do, just add them on the days they're supposed to be rest days. That's kind of what I'm doing. I add a lot of T25, I add 80-day obsession, I add weightlifting, I add all kinds of different things into my routine. I still have 3 days. I work out at least 6 days a week. So just add them in. It's no big deal. Okay, meal plan, meal prep. You're not allowed to get overwhelmed. Okay, just know it's going to take a little bit of time. It's just going to take a little bit of self-discipline to sit down. But the first time I sat down and decided to learn this, I had papers everywhere. I had my container papers, I had my food list, I had my meal plan stuff, and it took me a little bit. But once I got it, it was no big deal. So I'm going to explain it to you the best way that I can right here. But let's start with the most important thing, which is Shakeology. This is a priority. It's a self-discipline. I have mine at 1 o'clock every single day. It's not a timing thing for Lift For, but what I have learned is that if I just put it in my schedule, it's just like working out. Like if it's in my schedule to work out at a certain time, it's going to happen. Same with Shakeology. I'm someone that like loves food, right? Who doesn't? I love to eat food. And so it's easy for me to like get in a place where I'm like, oh, I'm just going to eat this instead. But if I have the discipline to say 1 o'clock every single day I'm having Shakeology, I find that later on I don't need to eat things, or I don't want the things. My cravings have kind of been curbed because of Shakeology. So that might work for you. It might not work for you. It's totally up to you. I personally have 5 meals a day. Shakeology is one of them. 1 o'clock, it's just my jam. Some things that you may experience some energy, some cravings, curved, which is praise hands, right? And then also, you might have some gas and some bloating for about a week, and that's just because all of the fiber and all of the soluble and insoluble fiber. Now, you're going to level out, I promise. It does not affect me at all anymore. I'm super normal and regulated, but a lot of us are really malnourished and we're just not used to this nutrition. And so I just want you to know that it will 100% level out. This is kind of a news story. My aunt, she has kind of been in our lives. She used to not really be in our lives, and then lately she's kind of been like coming back into our lives. And I feel like she's really malnourished. When I talk to her, I look at her and I feel like she just looks real like thin and not like healthy. And I was like, here, let me like make you some Shakeology really quick. And I made her some Shakeology, and within 30 minutes, she was like, oh my gosh, I feel like the sun is coming out. I feel like something is happening. She calls it her brain food. And now she's always asking me to bring her brain food. And I'm like, Rose, my shakes. Like, no, you can't have my shakes. But I think that, like, when I look at her, this is my hypothesis. I don't know if this is true, but I'm like, okay, what she's experiencing is what Shakeology is doing for all of us. It's stimulating the brain. It's giving us energy. It's kind of turning the lights on in our head. But I feel like some people don't experience it like she had just experienced it because they are so clouded with just like junk and chemicals, right? The Cheetos, the Taco Bell, like that's just hashtag America issues, right? And we get so clouded with all of that. And like, guys, those chemicals, they are meant to make you addicted, right? They are an addictive thing. And when you're constantly like craving those, you can't really experience the effect of Shakeology like she did. So just know that over time, I think that you do experience those. I think the people who are like, I don't really know what she's talking about, it's because they are currently so clouded, right? And as you're going to go through these next couple of weeks, you're going to experience a little bit of a dip, right? Like almost like a withdrawal, because like I said, these foods that we're so used to eating are so addictive. And you kind of walk away, you kind of almost have like a flu-like you are exhausted. You are, might even feel a little like headachy-ish, a little nauseous, like, it happens. It's a real thing. So I just want to prepare you that Shakeology, it's a discipline to keep up with. But once you are on it and you understand the way it's affecting you, you have the why behind it, which is the superfoods, the things that your body needs that you're not getting, then that's going to make it so much easier for you to continue. Okay, let's talk about the container system. So, okay, list 4 does not come with containers, but I took the liberty because I feel like they're really important. I feel like I added them to all of your orders. Okay. I really hope that I did because like, honestly, I have like 7 things of containers and I need more. Like I am about to order more sets because we just use them so dang much. And I think they're just easier and better for accuracy. Yeah, you can do an extra workout on Saturday if you would like to. Do you have any great Shakeology recipes to share? Yes, we're about to touch base on that really quick, Robin. Okay, so container system, let's talk about it. This is kind of what you're going to do first. You're going to calculate your meal plan. So depending on your calorie intake, depending on your weight, this is kind of what it's going to look like for you. Now, if you are someone who's really naturally thin, and you're like, man, I just want to build some muscle. I want to see some changes in my body. Like, guys, you have to lift weights and you have to eat if you're going to change your body. You have to. Starvation and cardio is not the answer. If that is someone that is you need to go up 2 plans. Dose. I know that sounds like a lot, but honestly, think about it. This right here is 1,200 to 1,500 calories, 15 being the max. Well, plan C is just 300 calories more. Right? It's really not that much of a difference. And you're really only you're just adding a couple more veggies, 1 more fruit, 1 more protein. You get 2 more carbs, which is a huge plus. A fat, whatever. So just know, I think people get intimidated by that. They're like, oh my God, 2 more plans, I'm going to get so fat. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Think big picture here. You're like, okay, it's only 300 more calories. It's really not that much. Okay, we're going to look at the food list now. Now, this is something that I refer back to honestly, every time I am about to go to the grocery store, just for like inspo, right? Like sometimes I just like, I'm someone who's gonna eat the same thing all the time, but this helps me feel inspired. So you're gonna come to programs materials. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm not bored. I'm just so tired. I'm going on like 18 hours up or something. Okay, let's see. Where's my nutrition guide? Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, so that's your nutrition guide. You're gonna scroll down. By the way, everything I'm talking about is already here. I'm just speaking it to you because sometimes you just need that, right? So you can come here and review every single thing I've ever said. So here is your food list. You have veggies, fruits, proteins, carbs, fats, seeds and dressings, and then oils and nut butter. So a lot of times I'm like, okay. And by the way, the closer to the top you get to the list, the more nutritional value you're going to get. So I'm like, okay, I need a vegetable. I'm so sick of green beans. Like, oh, cauliflower. I forgot about cauliflower. I'm gonna make roasted cauliflower this week. That's kind of how I use it. It really, really helps me. I think really simple, by the way. That's just the way I think. Same with fruit, same with protein, especially proteins. I eat a lot of whole eggs. You guys know that, but I saw this the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh, egg white. Yes, I should just incorporate egg whites to mix it up. It's super helpful. So you're going to so basically, what I suggest people doing is kind of calculating a meal plan and then coming here and being like, okay, what are the things that I like in these food groups? Maybe highlight it. What are things I enjoy? And then you can kind of pull some meals together that way. And I'm going to show you all kinds of examples in just a minute. So don't panic. It's going to be great. Okay. Check out the food. So let's talk about cheat meals for a minute. I'm not about to sugarcoat this for 1 second. I'm about to get so real with you guys. Okay. No matter how hard you work out, no matter what you do, you will not be able to make results without the level of proper nutrition. You will not. People will be like, "Oh my gosh, Macy, you look so toned. You've gotten such." I'm like, I haven't really changed anything in my workouts, but I've changed my eating. Your eating is the most important thing. So you're allowed. It's like whatever you're craving, I want you to indulge in it. However, like this is not like a eat nachos all day type of thing. This is like a, gosh, I've really been craving a donut. I'm gonna have one donut. One. Okay? Uno. And I also want to remind you that just because you have a cheat doesn't mean you have to use it. Sometimes just knowing that it's an option, knowing that it's available, knowing that something that you can have at some point in the week is just really like calming, relieving, not stressful. But you don't have to have it. And if you know it's going to lead you down a really slippery slope, and you're like, man, I'm going to eat this and I'm going to go crazy. I totally can experience that sometimes because I don't keep it in my house, right? Like I don't keep junk food in my house. And if I'm like, oh my gosh, like there is, I don't know, whatever in my pantry, like all I want to do is like, it leads me down a slippery slope, right? I just try to like keep my house clean. And I just want to encourage you to do that too, because at the end of the day, if it ain't in your house, you can't eat it. So just don't buy it and think, oh, it's just in case. Don't even buy it. Just don't. Cheat wisely. Like I said, Monday, cheat before a workout is what I've already shared with you. If a donut for breakfast satisfies your craving, no need to continue. Okay. If you're going to have alcohol, have 1 or 2 drinks. Restaurant portions aren't necessarily the size of your portion. So don't be compelled to finish your plate when eating out. Once you kind of get your containers and put them all on your plate, like when I have a red, I put it on the plate. When I have a yellow, I put it on the plate. Because I'm used to seeing what it looks like on a plate. And so now when I go out, I can say, hey, I want brown rice, grilled salmon, and steamed broccoli. And I can kind of like look and be, okay, that salmon needs to be cut in half. This broccoli needs to be like trimmed into thirds. And my broccoli is good. And I eat kind of what I've trimmed and then I push the rest aside. Limit soda, sweet tea, and sports drinks. I'm so sorry if you can hear Cookie. She's crazy. Okay, here's like a sample plan for B, okay? Your breakfast, let's see, a green, a red, seeds and dressing, and a fruit. This is for example. So for me, I would probably have a, I'm trying to look to see. Oop, oop. Okay, so honestly, this is a Shakeology meal for sure. So I would do Shakeology, I would do spinach, I would do some chia seeds for my seasoned dressing, and I would put a half a banana in there. I would do my pre-workout, I would work out with hydrate, and I'm going to talk about supplements in a minute, and then my post-workout. And then for lunch, 2 veggies, a carb, a protein, and the oil and nut butter. Honestly, I would do steamed broccoli, I would do green beans, I would do half of a sweet potato, I would do some ground turkey, and I would put in a teaspoon of peanut butter in my sweet potato. Next, oh, but I know that they say all the examples up here, but I'm just saying off the top of my head what I would do. For fruit, you get, for your snack, you have a fruit, a carb, and a protein. I would literally have just probably a piece of toast with some deli turkey and maybe a cup of raspberries. And lastly, they are way more creative than me. They have a whole grain tortilla, grilled chicken, roasted bell pepper, onion medley, whatever. I would just do basic. I would do asparagus. I would do brown rice. I would do some shrimp for my protein. I would do a healthy fat, maybe some coconut oil on my asparagus for my oils and nut butter. And then for healthy fat, I might do a little bit of hummus or some cheese, whatever I'm in the mood for. That's just an example. So let's look at some more example meal plans right here, and I'm going to send this to all of you. This is what I've created for you for whatever your plan is on. And the way I would do this, if I were you, I would, let's say I'm plan C right here. I would look at this lunch that I have made for you right here, and I would say, man, I hate deli meat, but I'm going to switch it out for another protein. What protein can I have? Oh, rotisserie chicken. I'm going to switch out deli meat with rotisserie chicken, and I'm going to switch that carb out with something else, right? Like whatever you want, just switch it. This is just going to help you kind of think big picture here. You're not on a certain time frame. Like you're just writing out what you're going to eat that day for breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner. That's it. It's super, super easy. So snack is your Shakeology. That's usually what I do. You don't have to do it this way. This is just the way I have laid out an example for you. You can switch things around, like whatever. You can do whatever you want. That's what's great about LaFort. 80-Day Obsession is not that way. It's very strict. But this is just a good guideline that I would suggest you practicing with for the first couple of weeks. And then once you get the hang of it, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to move this, I'm going to move that, and you'll figure out what works best for you. I think that's what's important, is that everybody is different. And so it's hard for me to write something like this because I'm like, man, not everybody likes what I want, like, and not everybody wants to do what I want to do. So I just like to create guidelines. Okay, next we have supplements. So you have your pre-workout, which is something that you take 15 minutes before your workout. It's going to give you a natural energy. It's the most incredible thing you'll ever have. I'm truly addicted. You're going to hydrate, which I take that every single day. It's electrolytes. If you know anything about sports and hydration, anything at all, you know electrolytes are crucial. Think of it as Gatorade without the sugar and all the crap. And then we have Recover, which is our post-workout. You're going to take that immediately after your workout. I just shake it up with some water, and it's delicious. Like, it is delicious. It's super important for your muscles to recover. I think that that is what helps me maintain muscle. It has BCAAs, which is branched chain amino acid, which helps with soreness. It has glutamine, which helps with muscle retention. And it has protein, quick absorbing protein, which is going to help build your muscles, right? So there's a wall right here. You punch your hand in the wall, pull it out. There's a hole in the wall. That's what happens to your muscle when you work out, right? You're ripping them, you're tearing them. Now that wall can either remain the same with a hole in it, or it can be repaired and become stronger. That's what is happening when we drink protein. Our muscles are becoming repaired once they've been torn, and they are stronger. That's why protein is so, so, so important. Okay, so for Shakeology ideas. So pick a base. I like to do almond milk. Give a Shakeology. Also my base, I love cafe latte. Oh my gosh, it's life. A scoop of Shakeology veggies, half a banana is what I do. My healthy fat is pecan butter. Love pecan butter. One thing that I've never done before is add like flavor enhancers. When I saw this, I was like, oh, I need to do this. I need to add cinnamon and pumpkin spice. Like that's so fun. So here are like an awesome resource for you, and this is all in your program materials. I'm gonna look at some of these questions just so I can answer them as I go. Let's see. What about sushi? That would be more of a cheat meal, Robin. I'm debating on plans. I fall into A, but kind of feel like that's not enough food. I weigh 150 and I'm 5'7". My main goal is portion control. So yeah, is portion control and gaining muscle tone. Okay, my suggestion, if you are wanting to learn portion and gain muscle, okay, if you don't want to lose weight and you want to grow muscle, definitely bump up to plan C. And remember, when you pick a plan, you're not married to this plan, right? You can see how you feel for a week. And if you're like, I am freaking starving, then move up a plan. It's totally fine. Remember, this is about experimenting a little bit to see what works best for you. So I would do for you, I would probably, if you want to gain some muscle, I would go up to C for sure. See how you feel. You might be like totally stuffed and you're like, ugh, I can't. But you might be super happy. Is that it? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So here are some tips, okay? Follow your meal plan 100%. If you are not following your meal plan and you come to me because you're sad, you don't see results, I have nothing to say. I'm a little bit of a no nonsense kind of person. I'm hard on myself. I'm a little bit hard on others because it's just like I'm literally giving you one of the most amazing tools that you could possibly use. What has been used to create these tools, I can't even tell you what has gone into it. And it's a blessing that we get to have them, honestly, but you have to follow it. You have to. Of course, there's going to be hiccups. There's going to be mess ups. That's totally normal. But if it's like a consistent mess up, that's more of a heart issue. That's more of a self-discipline. That's more of a personal development thing that we need to dig into a little bit more. I always tell, like, I have coaches that I mentor, and I'm like, hey, if you're not following the plan or like consistently, and if you're not following workouts consistently, there's so much more of a bigger mental issue than there is a physical issue. Make a list ahead of time before buying your groceries. Don't buy anything else. Just buy that. Don't get sidetracked. Embrace meal prep or food prep. So what I do is I make a bunch of foods. I make a bunch of veggies. I make a bunch of proteins. Well, I make like moderate proteins and I make a few carbs, but mainly veggies. And when I'm ready to eat, I know I have a green container and I have a red container. I'm like, what vegetable do I want? I want okra and I want ground turkey, and I pull them together. It just keeps it fresh and exciting, and I like to heat things up in a pan if I can. Makes it taste a little bit better. Like I said, it's a little bit more exciting. So that's kind of like my tip for you that I always have. Use pre-bagged, washed, fresh or frozen veggies. It just makes life easier. And use the containers. Use them. I get so many messages. People are like, hey, I have the containers, but I don't use them. And I'm like, but why? Austin and I both, we use them every single day. We're always running out of them. They're always in the dishwasher. I'm like, we need more containers. Oh my gosh. Okay, going out to eat, plan ahead. Look at that menu before you even get into the parking lot. Plan what you're going to eat. I never am like, hey, I'll have the chicken. Ever. I'm like, hey, I'll have the chicken, but maybe no sauce. Can I get an extra side of vegetables? And can you put the brown rice on the side? Like, I'm always like maneuvering a item. If you're not doing that, you're doing it wrong. Supplement, ask for things to be added and taken away. That's how you make a plan work. And once you do it for 1 week, if you can just plan for 1 week without going out to eat, you will know how to go out to eat on your own. You'll know what you need. You'll know you need a red and a green and a purple or whatever. And you can go and you can ask for a red and a green and a purple without saying those colors, right? You know in your head what you need visual. When you travel, so what I usually do when I travel is I bring these type of things for the actual travel day. So like in the car, I'll eat sweet potatoes cold. All of these I can just shake up Shakeology. I can take a teaspoon of peanut butter like on a plane or in a car. Once I get to where I'm going, I can make a restaurant work, right? I can make Chick-fil-A work. I can make anything work that I want to. But for travel day, that's kind of what I do. And I do like rice cake is a carb, by the way. And I do like to have these during my travel time, depending on whatever I'm doing. Sometimes I'll go to the store and I'll get extras of things, or like Sprouts has chicken, rotisserie chicken that's already pulled apart. Like there's so many things that you can do, but I think for travel day, you just keep it really, really basic. You know what? Drink half of your body weight in ounces minimum. For easy math, if you weigh 100 pounds, you need to drink 50 ounces of water daily. Keep a track of that. Have my water bottle. I know how many water bottles I need every single day. That needs to be a priority. And my only expectation of you is integrity. Like I just want you to meet me halfway. Just like I said, I want to walk with you. I want to help you succeed, but I just need you to follow through for me. For Self-Discipline Bootcamp, I'm going to show you guys how to access that, and then we are done. And so just ask your questions as you have them. Sorry, hold on. That's not what I wanted to share. Okay, here we go. So you're going to go to Facebook. You're going to go to the Virtual Wellness Studio. And then you are going to come right here. You're going to click Self-Discipline Bootcamp, and everything is there. So what I would suggest for you is I would suggest that every Thursday, whatever day works best for you, at 12 o'clock during your lunch break for the next 4 weeks, you put it in your calendar that you're going to sit down and watch these in order. Okay? That's the same thing as Shakeology and working out. Like when they are on your calendar, they're going to happen. So put it on your calendar and get after the Self-Discipline Bootcamp. You have to want to grow. Someone once told me a long time ago, you can't make anybody want to become better. And I believe that wholeheartedly. So you have to want that as well. Okay, let's see what else we have here. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, your homework, download Beachbody On Demand on your phone, study, rewatch this, look through everything, look through the materials you receive in your package, print out your meal schedule, meal times and workout times, print out your food options. I keep it in my pantry, put it somewhere that you can refer to easily, and it'll make your life so much easier. Your start date. So I know it's hard to put one, like I would love people to start like Monday the 13th. That would be ideal. However, like that's when I'll probably start people between all of y'all. However, I know that people are traveling, if people order their package at different times, so that's kind of up to you. But like you could start on a Wednesday and it would be fine. You know what I mean? So I would love for us to start on August 13th. But like I said, you just got to tell me like, hey, what works best for you, and I will totally walk with you through that. Do you have any other questions? Was that clear? I can unmute you guys. You just unmute yourself and you just talk. No questions? Y'all are good?
Macy.
Just nod your head. Hey, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Sorry, my camera's not working. I don't know what's wrong with it. But anyway,
That's okay.
I'm curious about the workouts. So I'm probably going to do more than 4 a week. But would you recommend like sticking to the same schedule for the most part? Like if I want to start on Saturday or Sunday, so I would do Monday's workout Sunday. Is it kind of just I can do them whenever as long as I get the 4 in a week, or I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. I would suggest sticking to the schedule as best as you can, only because there's like something about like crossing off days as they happen and stay like when you start mixing things up, I feel like it's easy to get distracted and sidetracked and you kind of fall off. So that is the only reason I really suggest like stay on track as much as you can for your own mental kind of confidence and gains that you're able to see kind of go down the month. Um, yeah, that's my suggestion for you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Robin, did you have any questions? Or did I answer your question in the call? Robin. I don't know if she can't hear me. She emailed me with questions, but I didn't answer because I said I think I would answer them in the call. Well, if I didn't, Robin, just email me. Okay, awesome. Oh, she just texted. She said, you can't hear me. No, I can't, Robin. I just said she just texted me. I didn't mean to say that. She chatted me. If I answer your questions, just say that you're good, Robin. Is it okay if we do Shakeology for breakfast? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, most people do. I'm rare that I don't. But that's just how I am.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Hi. Can you do Shakeology more than once a day?
So you can do it twice, but don't do it more than 2 times. But yes, you totally can. There are times I do it twice a day for sure when I just don't want to deal with food and I just want to like go to bed and get my food, get my shake in. My mom does it twice a day. If you guys follow Kelly Dollar, she does it twice a day. Yeah. So yes, you can, but no more than 2 times. Great question. Robin asked if I have a sample grocery list. I mean, my grocery list is literally whatever my containers are for that week. So I just, like I said, I literally get a ton of veggies. So broccoli, I get asparagus, I get green beans, I get okra and cauliflower. That's probably usually my go-tos. I get a couple of proteins. I don't even need to write a grocery list for myself because I already know what we need. I get ground turkey. I get lean ground beef, which I need to cook mine now that I just said that. I get, oh my gosh. And then I get salmon. And for my carbs, I always do sweet potatoes or brown rice. That's just how I do it. I'm super simple. So that's kind of you can go on my Instagram that I posted that picture of me sending my grocery list to Austin. It's home Nose Creaky Dough. That's your grocery list right there. And I'm going to send y'all. Starbucks order is Americano. Espresso and water. Doesn't get more basic than that. Buy a latte. Tried for just 8 weeks. Try. It's just
beyond the new the supplements, as far as timing, is there a certain time you should be eating like your breakfast or the Shakeology before after your workout?
So in 80-day obsession, it's like super strict with timing. It's like every 2 to 3 hours. Super strict. This is not like that at all. Like for me, I do like to eat before. I eat about an hour and a half before I work out, and I eat about 2 hours after I work out. That's just kind of how I do, just because I like to repair my muscles. And then everything else is 2 to 3 hours. You're totally welcome to time it out that way if you would like to, like your meals every 2 to 3 hours. So I usually eat at like 11, and then I eat my Shakeology at 1. I have a snack at 4, and then I eat one more time around 6. That's kind of just how my snack is always carrots and hummus. My dinner is a veggie and a protein. So about 2 hours before, 2 hours after, if you can, or an hour before and about 2 hours after if you can. But if you can't, don't stress about it.
Okay.
It's a great question.
So I have a question. Did you mention that when you travel, you make it work with Chick-fil-A? What did you eat at Chick-fil-A when you travel?
Yeah, I don't love to, though. I'm going to go ahead and be honest. I don't love to do that. But I will get like the grilled nuggets, which I don't love, but I do. I get grilled nuggets, and for like a vegetable, I'll get a side salad, and I'll just get like the balsamic dressing. I get a side salad, no cheese. the balsamic dressing, and I really try to only use a little bit of it for like my teaspoon or whatever, my teaspoon of oil or nut butter. If I have a carb, I will get a grilled sandwich, and I will only eat half of the bread with the grilled filet, and I get the tomato and sometimes I get extra lettuce and tomato and kind of count that as a veggie. Not a very nutritionally dense vegetable, but it kind of just gets you through type of thing. So for 2B mindset, they always said an open sandwich or open face is a happy face, like an open face sandwich. So ever since I learned that in 2B mindset, I just do that. So I just always have an open face sandwich.
Okay.
Do you count your oils that you cook your vegetables in? Like if you put a little olive oil on broccoli when you're cooking it?
I used to, but no, not really.
Okay, so we can cook with oil. I mean, not a ton of it, but for seasoning.
Yeah. So yeah, just be mindful.
Okay.
Don't go cray cray. I will have to work out after work around 6 p.m. Can I eat right after? Totally. I don't really believe in like stopping to eat at a certain time, personally. I think it's fine. So, yes, that's fine. Great questions, guys. Awesome questions. All right, cool. I'm going to send y'all a follow-up email. It'll probably be tomorrow with this link, the food examples, and also a link to a new Facebook group. Can I send you this deck? I'm going to send you this call, the recording of this call. So yes and no. Everything that I talked about, Robin, every single thing is literally in the program materials of Lift 4. I just copied and pasted it, for lack of a better term. I'm just like communicating it to you because I feel like that this is great community. You know what I mean? Honestly, whatever is in Lift 4 in the program materials is way better than what I'm doing right now. Like I said, community. It's a good thing.
I just got my box today with all my Beachbody. Yes, very exciting. So do you suggest I start like the Shakeology right away, or?
I suggest I was like trying to look at my calendar. I mean, this could be a great practice week for you. You could take, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday as practice. Do the Lift 4 20-minute workouts. Totally. Okay. Start whenever you feel like you can, because you're gonna mess up. Like you just are. It's inevitable, especially the first week. Like,
well, I travel next week, so we'll see how it goes.
yeah, you will mess up. So just do it during your practice week, and it just makes it better.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So what happens if you miss a workout for some reason? You have to work out on Thursday and you didn't do it for, life got underway. So can you work out Friday, or you just miss the day and continue with the next?
So if you miss a workout, luckily you have 3 rest days that you can implement those. So like, let's say Monday you can't get a workout in, you consider that a rest day. And then you'll work out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You can move your rest days around as needed. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
But hopefully you can squeeze in 40 minutes. It won't be that difficult. All right, awesome. These are really good questions. If anything else comes up, let me know. Awesome questions. Thanks, guys, for jumping on. I think we had 100% attendance, which I've never, ever had before, so that's super awesome. I appreciate you guys. I'm so excited for you. Yay!
Thank you.
Bye, y'all. Have an awesome night.
Bye. Thanks, you too.
You're going to have energy like me when you're done. All the energy.
But I'm hoping.
Bye, girl. Talk